Viewers, if you plan to be making short films and videos, one of the most important things you need is a microphone. This is a full review of the wireless microphone from Synco, the G2 wireless transmitter and receiver system. Firstly, this is not a paid review, so whatever good points and bad points that we tell you is going to be true and valid. Good point number one, you get one unit and you get another. So this is a two transmitter, one receiver system, which means that you can simultaneously record two persons acting in your short film without changing microphone. Did you watch this video recently that we uploaded on YouTube that taught you how you can make videos effectively with just one camera and one microphone? It's called the single camera filming. With this, you can still do single camera filming, but you don't need to be transferring the microphone from actor A to actor B, which is really annoying. Good point number two. I've been holding this so long, I didn't realize that I was using the built-in microphone to pick up my talking sound. So what I need to do is to plug into and include capsule microphone that you can stick on your talent's collar. So this is a 2+1. So the microphone can be connected to the transmitter with this port, or you can be doing a quick vlog just by talking through to this microphone here. Good point number three, I still remember that the first time I bought the Rode microphone, it came with this really annoying sleeve that can only fit in one pair at a time. And that's what I like about Synco. It came in a box. And what I like about this, it gave a whole complete package. This is the one that I particularly like. Think of the logic. All these microphones these days can be charged. They have built-in batteries and you charge them with your USB charger, the 5-volt USB charger. But what's annoying is that you need one adapter to be charging the transmitter, one more adapter to be charging the second transmitter, and you need one more adapter to be charging the receiver. So hell, you actually need 3 adapters. Or I know what you're thinking. You're thinking I'm stupid. You can go out and buy an adapter that has 3 USB slots and you still have 3 cables. I'm easily contented. Let me really tell you what impressed me. This is such a no-brainer, which a lot of brands don't do. Why can't you give us a Y cable? No, in this case, it's not even a Y cable. I call this a, look at this. This goes to your adapter, to the wall, and then this goes to your transmitter 1, transmitter 2, transmitter 3. How brilliant is this? Gosh, I cannot imagine that they give us 3 cables. But if you have an adapter which can actually output 5 volt, to be able to charge 3 devices at the same go with a splitter cable like this, you need to have high current. So which means that if you want to plug this into any adapter, you've got to find a USB 5 volt adapter that has 3 amp current running through it. And they're giving you 2 cables, 2 separate cables to connect your receiver to either your mirrorless camera or your smartphone. So be warned here. If you look at this cable, this is from microphone receiver to your camera. There is a small little icon here. So the L-shaped one goes to your receiver and this one goes to your camera. You see there's an icon here? And most camera or mirrorless camera, DSLR camera has a TRS jack like this. This is called a TRS jack, which is tip ring sleeve. So you have 3 segments here. But look at this one. This one goes to your receiver and this one goes to your smartphone. So if you really look at the connector, this is what I like about this brand. It's so well thought of with all these small little stuff. So viewers, this is a TRRS, tip ring sleeve. Now, one of the ring here is actually meant for your microphone because your smartphone has a TRRS input jack, whereas your camera has a TRS. So please, don't be connecting a TRS to TRRS. You're gonna get problem. Next good point. This is a big deal for me. You just stay there. I do all the work. You see, what happens is that I do a lot of talking when I'm being filmed because I teach a lot on YouTube and also my e-learning. And speaking of e-learning, we just recently launched our newest e-learning, how to make good videos. The e-learning of videography. If you check out this course, you realize that the price is crazy affordable. It's cheap, in fact. Look at the price. For just $499 US, and that's a one-time payment. And the price is affordable, all thanks to our good sponsor Holyland here. They came in, partner with us, pay a majority of the production bill so they can learn affordably. So quickly, head on to my website here through this link and sign up and take advantage of this offer now. Okay, back to why this is a big deal for me. This is what I always face. I have my transmitter in the pocket because there is no smart way for me to clip it on the belt, and then you're going to have all the cable routing this way. So one of the things that I like to do, because most transmitter would have the microphone in jack at the top, and that's going to dig in into my waist. And I film like 4 to 5 hours a day, and having it digging into me is not fun. But if you look at this, it comes from the side. So hey, if you film as much as me and talk in front of a camera as much as me and have your lavalier on you all the time, this is truly a good point. I already like this. You see, it doesn't dig into me. I can like... The next good point, the Rode Go 2, 2 transmitter, 1 receiver, that's the price. The Synco G2, 2 transmitter, 1 receiver, comes with this beautiful package, that's the price. If this is not a good point, I don't know what is. Next good point, apart from just having the microphone coming in horizontally, which doesn't dig into your waist, it is built to charge with a built-in battery in here to charge with a USB-C at the side as well. And at the same time, you have an on-off button, which is also a mute button, which means that the talent can mute the camera operators when they need to go to the washroom. And then you have the reset button. This is really important sometimes when you're running on a Wi-Fi signal microphone, wireless microphone like this, the ability to put a needle and reset this. And what I like about this, you can pair this to the transmitter receiver. If it ever goes out of pairing, was it paired when it came? That's a plus point. I don't have to read the manual to find out. Synco, that's a good point for you. Paired when shipped. Love you guys. And I just realized they have a low cut filter. All right, at this point, I'd like to share with you some audio knowledge. You have 2 kinds of cutaways, the low cut filter and the high cut filter. Let's focus on the low cut filter. Low cut filters will cut away low frequency sound or noise. This can be humming sound that comes from your aircon or fridge. Now for the Synco G2 situation, it cuts away 150 kilohertz of sound. Anything that's lower than this will be cut away, which is good. So it cuts away noise, which is bassy. Now low cut filter is also called high pass filter. So low means that you don't get anything that's low frequency, but the high frequency passes through. So low cut filter is high pass filter. I'm going to focus on the receiver unit here. The receiver unit here has 2 jacks. One goes to your headphone, the other one is the line out jack. Now, the good point about this is that the line that goes to your camera, this port here is supposed to go into your camera, and it can be split into mono or stereo, which means that 2 different transmitters can have 2 different tracks, and they are not coalesced into one, isn't it? And not only that, the headphone jack is so useful because there are some cheaper camera that doesn't have a headphone, which means that you can only fit a mic in there, and they give you this little indicator icon on your LCD screen, which sometimes you may not, you cannot just look at this icon and hope that you are actually monitoring audio, because you can actually get rustling sound like this and you won't know. So the point is this, if your camera doesn't have a headphone jack, you can always plug in your headphone into the Synco's receiver unit and monitor your audio. That is a huge big point. Always monitor your audio, because accidents don't call you in advance. Oi, I'm going to run out of battery, Director Yi Chong. Could you get what I was saying? That's the worst thing to happen to a filmer. Bad point number 1, I just realized this. When the transmitter unit goes to sleep, it really goes to sleep. There's nothing on the LCD panel and it freaked me out. But it's actually still on. So you have to press a button to turn it on. So remember this. This is actually a bad point because if I were to press mute when it was asleep, it wasn't muted. And only now when I press, yeah, I muted it. You understand what I'm saying, Yichong? When it's sleeping, whatever button that you press doesn't do anything. It's just wake it up. So you have to press 2 times. So which means that as a talent or your actor, I have to consciously be taught to look at this unit. Do you understand what I mean? I've got to go up to my talents and say that, hey, before you do anything to the mic, you got to bring it out, wake it up first, and then do something. Okay. That's not a really good point, isn't it? Bad point number 2. I have a mute button here. If I monitor it. So if I muted this, the people over that side with the receiver will not know. There's no icon, there's no indication, and after I muted it, you can't change the settings of the volume or anything, right? All right, the next bad point. I don't like to compare products and brands head on when I do a review, but bear with me here. This is my favorite workhorse, the Hollyland Lug 150, one of the smallest microphone there is. This is the G2. Size comparison is almost twice, but here's what I want to tell you though. Being big, I know I'm supposed to tell you a bad point. That's the bad point. But look at this. When I can't do this. I'm not wearing a t-shirt. Yichong, do you mind standing here? Let me show you why this is a big deal. Right. So if I come up to Yichong and clip the Hollyland, you will notice something strange happening. You notice that it falls to the front because the mic is too small. You notice this? It's hanging out like a dog's mouth. But if I were to clip the Synco G2, this won't happen. It doesn't do a dog's mouth, no matter what you do. One last bad point. Take a look at this. The display panel of the receiver is not facing the camera user. So viewers, verdict time. The number of good points of the Synco G2. The number of bad points. So if you ask me, I would say this is a 4-star out of 5 product. So if you're a new video maker and you want to invest yourself wireless transmitter receiver mic, I would strongly encourage to go for the Synco G2. Yeah, you wouldn't want it to be hanging like that, right? Okay. But actually in frame. Perfectly in frame. Okay, good. It's a big deal for me. It's one of my hardship. No one understands.